So, welcome to Kicking It with Kales. This is going to be like a weird edition. I'm talking today at a program put on by some RAs called Love Yourself. And some of my former staff members, former students too, I guess, reached out to me and was like, Mikkel, we want you to talk to our girls about loving themselves. And so I'm sitting here in my office trying to contemplate, like, what exactly should I say to these freshmen? Like, do I love myself? Like, of course I love myself. I mean, like, who wouldn't love me? I'm awesome. But I'm also sitting here and I want to be very genuine and true with them. I thought about wearing makeup tonight, but I don't think I'm going to because I don't wear makeup on a day-to-day basis. So why would I go into a situation tonight wearing makeup? Because I think if I do that, I won't be being my authentic self, and that's what I want to convey to these young ladies, that it is important to love yourself. But I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to say to them at all. I've been thinking of little quotes to come up with and present to them, and I'm going to hopefully have somebody record me tonight so that I will be able to post that part of it to this vlog so that you all can see exactly what I say. But I'm really honored that they chose me and thought of me as someone who loves themselves and thinks that I'm someone who would be good enough to speak to a bunch of freshman girls about loving themselves and empowering them to continue to love themselves and know that they're beautiful. But I'm probably gonna get up there and tell them, like, on some real, basically, ain't nobody shit. Love yourself, because if you don't love you, who else is going to? I say that all the time, and so I think I'm sticking to it. I probably won't cuss because it's going to be to a bunch of freshman students, but I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait for it to go down tonight. It happens at 8, so hopefully they're able to record for me and get all the good stuff that I say. Hopefully it's good stuff, and yeah, I'll follow up afterwards and let you know how I went. If you follow me on Snapchat, which none of you probably do. No, Timothy does. This morning I posted and I was like, I still don't know what I'm going to say to these people. Like, I'm just going to get up there and I'm going to go off the top of my head because that's what I do best. Is being my authentic self. And I think that that's probably why they reached out to me, is because I'm always my authentic self. When I'm in my office, when I'm here right now, this is my authentic self. I thought about wearing makeup tonight. I look like this most days when I go to work. I mean, Mondays and Wednesdays, because I teach RA class, I try to look a little bit decent for them. So that's, or the days where I know I'm going to see a lot of people, I may wear makeup, but that's just not who I am every day. Like, it does make me feel pretty, it makes me happy, but it's all for me. I don't get dressed every day for other people. I don't buy the things I wear for other people, I do it for me. And I think that as young ladies, we often sometimes forget that, and we get lost and caught up in what other people think about us. And you have to remember that if you don't love yourself first, no one else is going to love you. You have to be able to be okay with yourself, accept your flaws, accept the things that you are unhappy with. If you don't like it, you can change it. If you can't change it, then you just got to learn to cope with it. Because, you know, everybody has something about them that they don't like, or it could be, oh, my thighs touch, or my hair's not long enough, my eye color, the way I smile. Everybody has their own flaws, but that's what makes you you. And until you embrace that, you're not going to be happy with yourself. I talk to girls and guys all the time about just being okay with who you are. You guys right now are in one of the toughest times of your lives. You don't realize it though, but you are in a college career where you're growing up. You're becoming adults. Yes, your parents or whoever raised you to give you your morals and values that you have, but you're finding yourself here in this time, and it's up to you. Like, you have friends who are going to influence you, whether that's positive or negatively. If you don't love yourself, you're going to know whether that's positive or negative. You're going to start losing yourself to people that you don't want to lose yourself to. You may start losing yourself to guys or to people that you look up to. So you might have a friend who's like, oh, she's everything that I would like to be because she seems to have it all together. So you start emulating what she's doing, but you're losing who you are. You may start dating a guy or a girl or whoever your significant other is, and they may start telling you things like, oh, well, I like it when you wear your hair like this. You may hate your hair like that, but you start to lose yourself because you give them bits and pieces of yourself. You change yourself for who they are, who they want you to be, and that's not who you are. You have to be true to yourself in every aspect of life. And people who know me, I'm very authentic. I got up here and I was like, don't cuss Nicole because that's something I'm bad about. And I mean, me and Timothy joked about it, I do. But it's my authentic self, and I think my students know that I keep it real with people, 100% all the time. I'm the person that you come to when you really don't want to know the truth, but you really want to know the truth. And I think that by me being that person, it took a long time to get here. I was bullied as a kid, and most people do not believe that because of the tough exterior that I have now. But I was, and that kind of attributed to it. I think that I became the tough Nicole that I really am was when I was in college. I had a boyfriend whom I thought he was going to be my husband. Clearly, I am still single. It didn't work out. But it's fine. Like, he's a great guy. We're still friends. However, I realized that for so long, even through college, I wasn't living for me either. Like, I loved myself, and I was like, yeah, I love who I am. I'm the shit. Like, what? Yeah. But at the same time, I realized, there's one concern. There's one. So, but I realized that, you know, at the same time, that I was doing a lot of things for other people. I was not in college for me. My parents wanted me to go to college. I don't know what I would have done had I not been in college, but obviously I went and I succeeded. I graduated 2 degrees, 4 years. It was great. There were times where I didn't want to be there. I hated it. But I knew that I wasn't there for me, so I said the next time that I go back to school, if I do choose, I'm doing it for me. And when you start doing stuff for yourself, it makes you feel a lot better. You know, your parents may tell you, oh, you didn't gain a freshman 15. You might need to work out. Maybe you don't want to work out. Maybe you like to eat. That's okay. Eat. I love to eat. I go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week because I like to eat. But I do the things that I enjoy. I don't let others steal my joy. I don't let friends steal my joy. And sometimes it's hard to let go of that person. You might have been friends with somebody for so long and you're like, well, she's just like that. But if she's just negative in your life, do you really need that negative baggage around with you? Loving yourself means that too, like loving the way people treat you, because I refuse to settle for anything less than I deserve. But that's because I love myself. I talk to students every day who settle for less than they deserve. They let people talk to them any kind of way, they let people treat them any kind of way, and they think that's okay because of whatever reason, because, oh, maybe I said this or maybe I did that. You know, if you love yourself, you're not about to talk to me crazy. And you don't have to be rude about it. You don't have to say, oh, you're not going to talk to me crazy like I just said, but you can stand up for yourself. But it takes a lot of courage, and you have to love yourself in order to do so. And you don't always do it. Like, I mean, I am 27 years old. I've had a lot of life experiences, and I don't always just say, like, you shouldn't have said it to me. Now, after fact, I might cuss the person out mentally. Like, I went off on somebody, and that's about it in my head. I didn't do it there, but I was very upset about it. But, you know, I love myself enough to know that when I do things, I do it for me. When I go out for me. If I don't want to go out, I'm not going to go out. My friends might ask me, you want to go out? I might say, yeah, no, I don't want to go out. And that's okay. You might want to stay at home, sleep in your pajamas. That's okay. That might make you happy. What makes me happy is watching TV. I am a TV fanatic. I love my television shows. That's what I do. So that's my happy place. And the minute that you start losing things that make you happy, you love to hike, you love to read, you love to stay in your room and scrapbook. You love to do things that maybe everybody else doesn't like to do, but the minute that you start saying, oh, well, I can get to that next week, or I'll do it later. Next thing you know, you're a junior in college, and everything that you love to do, you've lost. So when somebody asks you, what are your hobbies? You're like, oh, what are my hobbies? Because you've let go of who you are. You've fed into somebody else's ideal of who you are, or you just haven't found yourself yet. And I don't expect any of you to really know who you are. I expect you to love yourself, yes, but that doesn't mean you have to fully know everything about yourself, your ins and outs. I'm 27 years old, and I've learned a lot about myself over the years through different life experiences, through different friends, relationships. So I can say that, yes, I do have a very good sense of who I am as a person and who I want to be and what I want in life. But because of those things, I know, number one, I'm not settling for anything that I don't deserve. And I think that's the one thing that we all have to remember is that as you go throughout life, you have to ask yourself, is this something that I deserve? Do I deserve to be treated like this? Do I deserve to be talked to like this? And it doesn't necessarily matter if you're in a relationship. It's just a matter of respect. You might be at the grocery store and the cashier may be rude to you. You don't deserve to be talked down to just because that person is busy. I worked in retail for many years. I am a hard worker. I have parents disrespect me all the time, but I don't deserve that. And for me to sit there and own up and say, hey, you know what? You can't talk to me like that. Because I know my self-worth. If my parents don't disrespect me or talk to me like that, I'm not going to let a stranger do the same thing. And a lot of you are probably sitting there thinking, dang, what she's saying is good. It's a lot easier said than done, and I understand that. It takes time to love yourself, but once you start taking time for yourself, you'll find that it's a lot easier. I'm a people person. I'm an extroverted person. I can get up here and I can talk to you all easy. It's very easy for me to do this, but when I'm alone, I love it. I feed off of that time of being by myself, and I realize college, I was the extroverted person that wanted to be like everybody else. Like I wanted to be that person. I wanted to be the person that's always going out. I wanted to be that person that everybody wanted to hang out with. Come over to my place. We always doing something with me. And it's not because I wanted the attention. It was just because that's what extroverted people do. And when I got into grad school, I was 12 hours from home in Muncie, Indiana, at Ball State University. Y'all, it was the Midwest, and it snows like no other there. And it was different for me, but it was a very challenging time. When I took an internship at Texas State in San Marcos, it was the first time in my life I moved across the country for real for 2 months by myself. And it's different than being 12 hours from home than being like, I don't even know how many hours I was from home because it was so many. I just stopped counting after a certain point. But being down there by myself, the extroverted me was challenged. I was the only intern in my entire program. So I didn't have any friends. And I remember going to the movies by myself for the first time in my life. Eating in public by myself and I do not eat in public. I think people who eat in public are sad and they don't have friends. And that's horrible to think. But like that's how I used to view it. I used to be like, oh my gosh, like I have friends, they're just not here right now. Like I'm telling you, I'm so serious, guys. Like I used to really think like that because I was just like, it takes a lot of confidence to sit alone in a restaurant and eat by yourself, undisturbed, no cell phone on, just enjoying the moment. But I did it. And it was hard, but it was fun. And now I can say that here in Knoxville, I've been out once by myself and ate in public. And I've been to the movies by myself a number of times because I love it. Like, it's absolutely amazing to me. I love being I might talk to the people by myself because nobody can hear me because I'm alone. But it's something that I love to do, and it came with getting to know myself. Like, you had asked me 6 years ago, I'd be like, no, I'm not eating in public alone or going to the movies by myself. Like, weird people do that. I'm a weird person, so I'm okay with that. But like I said, it comes with loving yourself, and it comes with me coming up here and telling you guys these stories about me and making you laugh. Not even intentionally, y'all just laughing at me, really not with me. But if you don't take anything away from this, I think I want you guys to take away that it's important to be true to who you are. It's going to take time to learn who you are, and you have to love yourself first and honor yourself first and know what you deserve before you can expect anybody else to. You have to give yourself that self-respect before you can expect another man, another woman, a friend, a parent, a stranger to give you that amount of respect. So when you know your self-worth and you are happy with who you are and what you stand for, you won't have a problem loving yourself because it will come very easily. Thank you for having me speak.